Hello and welcome. It is Crafters Tavern number 16, the Cardboard Collective. And thank you everyone for joining us already in the comment section on the bog roll. And thank you DM Scotty for joining us once again.
Hey, so glad to. Hey, everybody.
How's everyone doing today? No responses because there's a delay of 1 minute.
That's like
So hopefully
sound of
I am
silence.
coming through loud and clear and there is no echo. Of course, if there is, the usual thing is echo, 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 echo in the comments.
Yes.
So I'd just like to start off with thanking everyone who bought the first issue of Craftonomicon. I was quite surprised to see the volume of people that were interested in the first weekend. I sold 50 copies. So, yeah, I'm very glad for that. And I would like to also thank my fiancée, Rebecca, who helped me with that. And she will be my wife in about 2.5 weeks' time. Speaking of which, next month's Crafters Tavern will be postponed by about 2 weeks. I'll figure out a date now while we're talking, because I will be in America, because we're getting married in Vegas. So, this is a live call-in show, and you can see at the bottom of the screen over there, the Skype name is the DMG info. You'll have to excuse my voice. I've been sick for 3 days and it's rebalancing itself. So, Scotty, what's coming up in your next magazine videos series for your Patreons?
Oh, yes. Thanks for asking. I am going to do a technique for doing drying your TP creations faster, and it doesn't require any money at all. It's just something you can do to dry them faster. Also, I'll have some more DM advice, and I haven't totally decided on what I'm going to show yet. I have several big projects I'm working on right now, and it could be one of them. It'll probably be the cool weird dice tower I'm working on. So it's kind of a non-traditional dice tower, so it might be that. So
There's been pictures on Facebook.
yeah,
Sneak peeks.
yeah. It's kind of sneak peeks of it, right? So
DM Scotty's Crafts and Games on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, you've got to look that one up. It's probably the only reason to be on Facebook other than my
exactly.
Facebook page.
So yeah, if you're on Facebook and not on the M Scotty Crafting Games, make sure you get on it, because even people who aren't necessarily crafters like to see what we do on there. So I've had other DMs and GMs mention that they just like to see what everybody creates, and everybody's so nice too, so that helps. But yeah. So check it out if you're on Facebook. Definitely go to that.
Yeah, it's a wonderful resource. And also the forum as well.
Yes.
And speaking of the forum, the World of Craft War is coming to a quick end. It's in 2 days, or 3 days if you're in America. So you need to get your entries in. There's 3 categories: miniatures, terrain, and props. I was going to say handouts. Alrighty, so please start asking questions in the toilet roll section, and we will promptly answer them. Of course, you can actually phone in and speak. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. We will give you a forum until I kick you out.
Oh, definitely. We love the we can have these people call in now. It's so great. We get to meet everybody face to face.
Or face to mouth.
Or that, yeah. Cheek to cheek. Crafting cheek to cheek.
That's right. Yes, people are talking about the time zone difference.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm in the future. It's Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. I've got my post beauty sleep glow.
So,
That's the missus laughing in the background.
so did you guys like my faux commercial, my die rolling
Oh,
commercial?
that was classic.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of DMs and GMs have experienced like all these kind of dice rolling players at the table. I know I have. Um, so I just thought it'd be fun to kind of poke fun at that, you know. And
My players have a habit of buying odd dice. Like D6s that are long cylinder things. And I'm like, no, if it's not a traditional shape, you can't use it. Because then he rolls it and it just keeps rolling, it rolls off the table. I'm like, oh.
you know, my daughter, when she was on here, she's like, she gets pretty violent. Like, she's like, when we play air hockey, it's like you got to wear you got to wear like a face mask. It's not, it's like regular hockey. The puck's flying off the thing, so she treats the dice about the same way. So it's just like, bam, you know, it's like, wait, hold on. But yeah, she gets a little
When
violent.
you say regular hockey, do you mean field hockey or ice hockey?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I was talking about ice hockey because I have like one of those air hockey tables, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But she hits the thing so hard it goes flying off the table. You know, it's like it'll hit the side and go bouncing off. So yeah, she
Yeah,
gets.
for me,
She's
regular hockey is field hockey.
oh right, right, yes, yes. So
I was a hockey goalkeeper for many years,
cool.
defending the goals.
Wow, that's brave right there.
Yeah.
That's
I was the only one who
dangerous.
got to wear the pads.
Dangerous.
I am the most dangerous person in the game.
Oh, thanks, guys. I'm glad you did like the spoof. I thought it was fun. And my dad
Yeah.
just has a great voice, doesn't he? He's a
He's
radio
very
veteran,
cool.
and he did my the intro for my next video, and yeah, he's just so fantastic. I wish I was blessed with his voice because his voice is just like, yeah, he has a dream voice.
Deeper and more.
I'm kind of sound like a crazed pixie, but you know, I like the crazed munchkin.
Salacious crumb.
But yeah, I was not blessed with his wonderful voice. So.
All right, so there's no questions. Come on, these people need to type questions in. Excuse me.
I guess
I'd
they
just
just.
like to say hello to Danny Valentine. He has actually sent me some intro music that I may start using for this, my channel version of Crafters Tavern.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I just haven't had time to reintegrate it into this current setup. So we will hear that soon, probably in the in November episode.
That's awesome.
So, what videos do you have coming up?
Me, I'm trying to finish my Peg People video. I got the first couple of Peg People going. Both my nieces helped me on it, and I'm kind of finishing up. She came up with a little story for him, and I was trying to do a little. I've got the part where I've crafted it. We actually crafted it together. We did the intro, crafted it together, and then she did a little story. So I was gonna kind of do a little story at the end. You know, it was kind of like my show when I show stuff, but I haven't done that yet. So like a short bit at the end,
Cool.
incorporating.
Now, those pegs, are those clothing pegs?
No, they're not. They're actually, I explained this in the video, but what they are is they're a bag of pegs. They're peg people. They're essentially intended for this.
Oh, okay.
They're peg people, but what's great is there's like 5 different types. So there's different shapes. There's like a feminine shape. There's like kind of like a dress shape. There's a straight shape, more like a man shape. There's like a little one that you can use for like goblins and children and stuff. So it's great, and there's like 40 in there, and the
Okay.
bag was like less than $15 on Amazon.
And they would?
They're solid wood, yeah. Now I did in the video I showed this a little bit, but I did add a few little pieces. Like I cut some lollipop ends off and use them for ears. I use some wooden pieces on them and stuff like that. Some bits and bobs like um, uh, uh, like beads and stuff on them, and a little bit of felt for hair. So I did doctor them up a little bit, but yeah, they're mostly just those wooden people. So
Okay.
yeah, and they're a lot of fun.
Excuse
They'd be
me.
great to do with kids and introducing kids to like role playing as well as crafting. Because I had my little niece, help me paint them. But how I divided the labor was I had her do the basic painting, so like the flesh tone and the body color and that kind of thing, and then I did all the details. So
Okay.
that's how we kind of divided the labor.
So you didn't do what I would do and just make her do all the work and just sit there and go, no, 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 more green.
Right. Yeah, and they were pretty young, so yeah, I didn't want to. If they were older kids, I would definitely have them do the details. But she didn't quite have the fine motor skills yet, so as they get older, I will definitely have them do more of the fine
Not like
painting.
mine photic skills.
So, but yeah, they're really fun. I've done quite a few already. I do have a plan for a series of videos with those. So, yeah, I just keep adding more. I just keep adding more and more
And
different
now I have
additions.
2,000. That leads into the question by Haroldini Milo. How much do you think your figurine collection is worth?
Oh
Probably in
boy.
your normal miniatures.
Um, I've got, jeez, because I've got 40K armies too, and you know how expensive those are. But I haven't bought any recent models. I've collected them over the years. But I do have a lot of. I bought into the last Bones Kickstarter, so I had a bunch from that. I missed the first one, but I got the second one. I got a bunch from that, hundreds of dollars from that, and then I got. I'm always buying figures at our game shop. I've talked about this before. The game shop is the resale bin is a great place to check out because people will buy stuff and then they'll either paint it horribly or sometimes they'll paint it nicely and they'll trade it in. And you can get that stuff a lot cheaper if you just buy it out of the resale bin and you can easily repaint it. I don't even strip the figures. I just spray them with flat black and then repaint them if they're badly painted. So that's a great place to get cheap figures. So I have a bunch of those, that I might need these in a game, but I don't need them yet, kind of thing. So in boxes, and then I've got the standard kind of D&D figures, and some Pathfinder figures, and so geez, I don't even think I don't even know, probably thousands of dollars in figures.
I've got tens of dollars.
But this is over my course of my lifetime, and I'm an old man, so
Oh,
yeah, it's
we're
not like,
all
hey, I
old men
bought them
here.
all the other day. It's like I've been collecting them over the course of my lifetime. So yeah, I'm sure it's thousands of dollars at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I sold all my 40k figures and my Warhammer figures when I came to Australia.
Oh right.
That's how I
Yeah, I'm
paid for
sure it
my
was
tickets.
hard to just. That's just more stuff you got to pack and take. So yeah,
I brought one bag,
yeah, yeah. Uh,
$1,000 in one bag,
right. I have been
which in
considering
Sydney does
selling
not
my
last long.
40K.
So there have been a couple of other questions. I'm just going to scroll back so we can see them.
Yeah, see what we got here.
Uh, what did I have for breakfast? The orange juice you see.
And,
Thank you, Ryan, about the under the tavern birds.
oh, this is a great
Is there
question.
any
In your opinion,
chance we could
oh, I'm
get a
sorry.
short adventure module made by the DMG and DM Scotty? Would that be too much of a GM conflict? It's like,
I don't know. We've never sat down and brainstormed a module, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it would be a
yes.
conflict.
No, no, I think it would be quite fun, actually.
Yeah, I do too. Because I'm pretty loose with my planning. I'm actually working on a module, and my modules are less, road mappy as far as like this is exactly here and this is exactly here. I don't necessarily spell out everything in every room, and I know you like to do it freestyle a lot. So I'll give suggestions about maybe types of rooms. I'll say this is this room, but I won't place every single thing in the room, which I know sounds weird being a and a modeler person, but yeah, I'm more kind of wing it a bit with my games and modules. So yeah, but anyways,
Excuse
here's
me.
a good question I saw. He
Yep.
was Adam was saying, in your opinions, what is the best first crafters project? What would you say, DMG?
That's a very tricky one. Something
Yeah,
simple.
yeah,
You don't want to become disheartened when you can't do something extremely complicated.
right.
So I
And
think just basic tile is probably the best thing to start with.
right. Like a
Um,
tile, you're right. A tile would be great to start with because you could practice. You could practice on it. Yeah, it might be better to make a few like a small, setup or like a few cave tiles or something. So you're not like making a huge thing at once, and then you can get your skill. You can get confident with if you're not confident with your skills, you could get confident with your skills making something on a small scale, and then you could build it out to making a set like DMG or Ylock or my style, whichever you prefer. So you could kind of experiment first. It can seem overwhelming if you want to make a whole set, right away. That can seem a little overwhelming. Practice a little bit. Make a few tiles and get confident with yourself. And also, work on. I think if you work on stuff, work on kind of the basics maybe that you'll need. I mean, you're going to need dungeon doors, that kind of thing. Do that stuff first, and then you can start working on you can start adding to your collection and start building on it. Like what I always say is I like to do is I like to kind of build stuff for the adventure that I'm working on that I think I would need in the adventure. And I don't obsess over every single thing in the adventure. If game day comes up and I don't have everything done, don't worry about it. You could put a placeholder there, describe something there, or even just cut a piece of cardboard and paint it really quick like furniture. Don't even if you don't have time to make all this furniture, just cut a piece of cardboard and paint it with brown and brown paint and say that's the table and these are the chairs or whatever. Don't obsess over having every single thing done because I think that can overwhelm people.
you can also start out with just basic line drawings,
Yes.
and cutting out like rooms and things from basic line drawings. I mean, my really early dungeons in the 90s were folded paper. So I did 3D walls with folded paper and all that kind of stuff. And most of it was hand drawn.
Right,
Um,
right, right. And you could combine it too. Like you could, if you didn't have time to finish something, you could have what you do have. If you did do some tiles and stuff, you could use those as well as some like DMG says, like line drawings, and
yeah.
just fill it in. Yeah, you can easily mix and match all these styles if you want. That's
Yeah,
what's
and you
great
don't
about
need to be
2.5D.
super artistic. I
No,
mean, just
no.
line drawing is just a ruler and a pen, and then you
Right,
just cut it and stick it on cardboard.
right,
I mean,
right,
it's
right,
really, really easy.
right.
I mean,
Yeah, I
that's
think.
what I was trying to do with my early videos, is trying to make it as easy as possible,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
still giving it some identity.
Right, right. That's what yeah, that was kind of my intention with the when I started the 2.5D. I wanted to, I wanted to show how easy it was that anybody could do it. Um, and yeah, I mean, really, I mean, anybody can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody can do it. It's just
And then enter craft war.
yes, yes, we need more of that.
So there are 18 people watching and zero calling in.
I know, I
Everyone's
know.
chatting on the toilet roll over here.
Oh, hey, Mad Lad, Mad Lad is on. Hey, man,
Yay!
he's a
Andy.
he's a great guy. Yeah, Andy. He's a admin at the forum. So
The Grand High Inquisitor.
Yeah. He
The
kind of
admin who admins the admins.
he lurks behind the shadows. He pulls the strings.
Pull the strings.
Pull these strings. Pull these strings.
Now, there was another question.
So who knows what that was from?
Don't ask me questions like that this early in the morning. DM Insomnia, Lee Eddings, asked me why a wedding in Vegas as opposed to somewhere closer to home. And that's because we have family all over the world and no one in America. So we could equally piss everyone off. We decided to go to America.
Well, I married. When I got married, it was supposed to be Apocalypse Day. It was the my end of the Mayan calendar. So, yeah. But the world didn't end, and I'm still married, which is fine. I have a great wife. But yeah, it was the Mayan end of the world.
She's just left, so I'm not earning brownie points.
Yeah, we vowed to each other to defend each other in any kind of apocalyptic situations. So zombie or, floods or earthquakes or.
I'll be your shotgun guy. Wylock's trying to call in. He needs to
There's something
upgrade
about
Scott.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah,
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm here. It's Wylock. And
so it's telling me you need to upgrade your Skype for some reason.
Oh.
You may
Yeah,
not
that
be able
popped
to
up
see
for
the
me
group video.
too. That popped up for me too.
Yeah.
But at least we can hear you, so that's good.
Yes.
We can't
So
see
welcome.
Wylock's wife.
So how are those jitters going? Wanting to release a new video?
2 days. It'll be entry in the World of Craft War.
Oh, nice.
So who wins the pool? It's up to like 10 grand.
Any hints?
Don't think so.
Hey, I thought you're going to have your wife on, right?
Hi.
Hi
Hi.
there. Hi. So how do you feel about
hear you, but
hubby
can't
doing all
see
this
you.
crafting?
You know, he spends a lot of time with crafting, so sometimes I'd like to spend some more time with him, but that's all right. I understand. I support his hobbies, but I must say, being married to a crafter is awesome because I am not crafty at all. Like, I can't do anything. I can't make anything. So if I need something made, then he's not only able to do it, but he loves to do it. He's very happy to do it. So that definitely comes in handy.
She's the best.
That's awesome. So you tried it?
I have tried D&D. I have not tried making anything.
Oh, well, maybe you should sit down and try.
Yeah, I have the fine motor skills of a kindergartner. That's what I always say. So
Don't worry, we have the brain skills of kindergarten.
Right.
I used to cry. You know how in elementary school you have PE day and art day, all those different days. Well, I would cry when I was sick on art day because I am just so bad at art and crafting in general. So, yeah.
Well, at least you enjoy playing on it, right?
Yeah, I'm learning.
You've tried 2 or 3 sessions with my brother, and you've tried it occasionally.
Yeah.
And those aren't 4-hour sessions. Those are 1 hour. Here's what it's about. I don't want to.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, gotcha. So, what character do you play?
Short bursts.
Do you play the same character or a different one?
We've had different crowds, different times that I've played it. So I think I've been someone different. What was my name? Do you remember?
I don't recall.
Some variation of bunch.
She arranged a surprise party for my 30th birthday earlier this year, and had all of our church group over. There was like 12 people there for basically a 1-hour game. She had talked to one of the guys in the group who is in my group. Normally I DM, but he volunteered and put together a 1-hour session and somehow managed to run it with 12 people, most of whom had never played before. It was a lot of fun.
Wow, that's impressive. That's really impressive.
She's 12.
So you guys
I
playing
think
five?
three's too
fifth
much.
edition?
Sorry, Scotty, ask your question again.
Oh, Wylock, are you guys playing 5th edition?
Yeah, I love 5th edition. I'm selling my 3rd
Oh, I do
edition
too.
books. I'm all in for 5th. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's a great system.
I see you're all in. I'll raise you 6th edition.
Another 100.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Actually,
So, is
recently,
there any questions in this toilet roll here?
The magical toilet roll.
Magical toilet roll of non-committal. What is your favorite personal piece that you've made? Sorry, personal favorite piece you've made.
Ooh.
Start with Wylock.
Yeah.
oh yeah, of course, Hank, our son Hank. So video 12. But other than that, probably, I think video 7, maybe it is. The potion vendor gets a lot of hits. But I had a lot of fun making the evil portal. I think that's episode 14. So I'll go with the evil portal.
Yeah, the evil portal's neat. I've seen a lot of people do the potion vendor on the on Facebook too. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I think I saw it in a Google image search or something that some company had made, and I just tried to modify it and duplicate it.
Yeah, it's a really nice idea. Really good idea.
Players love potion vendors.
Oh yeah, that's for
yeah.
sure. It's like yeah, it's like they're bandolier of healing potions.
That's right. Those aren't grenades. So, Scotty, what's your favorite piece?
Oh boy, you know, I probably have to say the my purple worm. It just inspired so many people. I think got a lot of people into saying that I could do that because they were like, "Oh, he's making this crap out of a toilet paper roll and hot glue and toilet paper with glue on it." I've had so many people say, I was looking at that, I was like laughing. I was like, this is not going to be anything, and then it's done. It's like, wow, that looks like a. So I would have to say that one is a fun project. I also have another project that I haven't shown yet. It's a for Farland Isle. It's a volcano goddess. So essentially, she's like a giant kind of cross between an earth and fire elemental. And she came out really cool. She's about 10 inches tall. I formed her out of aluminum foil and hot glue and some cardboard, and she just came out really, really cool. I still haven't done the video yet, but yeah, she's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'll second
Mine
the purple one.
is
That's
the
what
blood
got
fountain.
me too.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry?
Yeah, man.
Sorry, what did you say?
I was just saying the purple worm is what got me into it all. I have one. Like you said, everyone's made one. It was just such a
Yeah,
awesome
I love
design.
seeing everybody's like, here's my purple worm.
I want to make a Tarrasque, but just its foot. Because it'd just be enormous.
Like Godzilla size.
That's right. It's like proper size. Just stand it on the table.
I know I have thought about making a Tarrasque, but it's like, I don't know. It seems like everybody wants to make one, so I kind of take the road less traveled sometimes. But yeah, the impetus behind the purple worm was kind of like, you just see these little wimpy purple worm models, and I've never seen one that's like how I imagine a purple worm, like shy, hello, and so that's why I took it on. But yeah.
Yeah, not to hijack, but the first time I used it, and the only time I used it in a game, just before it sprung out of the ground, I sit at the head of the table usually, so I started to I used my legs and picked up the table real quick and dropped it like there was an earthquake or a trembling. And the players had no idea.
Awesome.
They started smiling. They knew what was going on. Well, they didn't know what was coming, but then I threw it on the table, and they just loved it.
Awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah, mine was the blood fountain.
Yeah, yeah. I really like the
And
blood fountain.
I gave that away to Brad Smith, so I had to make another one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The second one is the one you see in Under the Tavern. The first one is what you see in the intro videos to all my crafting videos.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay. That's right, because you did give it away. That's right.
Yeah, I gave it away it was the first 300 subscribers.
All right. Right.
Now
I like
it's like
that one
in a
'cause-
week.
Aside from looking cool, there's interesting techniques in there for how you can, build height with hot glue, and what you can do with wax paper to your advantage, that kind of thing.
Oh, definitely.
A lot to learn from that
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, I think people look at hot glue a lot differently now that we've started using it in our projects, because it can just be so versatile and use it for so much. People just never. I don't think people ever considered using it for how we use it.
Yeah, because I get a lot of comments. People go, "Oh, I'll just use white glue," but it's like when you come to things like that, then you're gonna go, "Well, maybe I should get a hot glue gun."
Plus, you can make the tiles so much faster if you use the hot glue. It's like, bam, you're done.
Yeah.
Glue it on there and
Seconds.
you're done.
Yeah, otherwise you could wait like 20 minutes before it's properly dried.
Plus the white glue can make the cardboard, bend. So because it soaks in and it's wet, so cardboard doesn't like water. So that's was kind of the reason behind my painting everything with the flat black spray paint, the cheapest I could get.
Even the spray paint will curve it a bit.
It can, yeah, it definitely can.
One of my next videos is about tile inserts, and
Cool.
I show one of the techniques to stop bending because it's just card stock. It's not actually multi-layer board.
Oh, that's nice.
So I show a technique on how to stop that bending.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why I use double layer cardboard, because it doesn't bend when you apply water to it, because the underlayer holds it in place.
Okay, Eric's talking about the Atia. Is that how you pronounce that creature?
I think it's Odia.
Say again.
I think it's Odiug.
Otiug. Okay. Gotcha.
Or Otyuf.
Because it's always been one of my favorite creatures. It's so weird.
It's non-conformist.
Yeah, it's just such a bizarre creature, just so cool looking, and just filthy. I mean, you can imagine, the breath of this thing's got to be just, worse than a sewer, and it's got filth all over it, and you wouldn't even want to get near it, let alone. I mean, it's scary enough as it is. But getting up to fight it and having a chance of the thing scratching you or biting you with the filthy scum all over it and the smell, yeah, and just the weird eye stalk and the tentacles, and the 3 legs, just a really weird, cool creature.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about fantasy role playing. It's the weird creatures.
Yeah.
Tend not to in like modern or some of the sci-fi. They don't get that sort of like crazy out there stuff.
Right. And what's great is a lot of my players are not like you said, your wife is new, so you get to spring all this stuff on her that she doesn't know. Like a lot of my players don't come from role playing background per se, so they don't know all the tropes, they don't know every single monster in the monster manual. They really only learn what I throw at them. So it's great to be able to use these creatures, and they're not like, rust monster, run, or whatever.
Yeah, when they don't know how to fight them.
Right. And so they got to figure out, how to fight them and how to deal with them, and so it's a lot of fun.
You've got to figure out. You don't just say, okay, you walk into the room and there's a rust monster.
Right, exactly.
You've got to say, there's this big, hairy insectoid thing.
Right.
And you kind of describe it in a new way.
With
And they're
like
"What
strange
is
moth-like
this?"
antennae, and
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, it's like, never say a monster when they come in the room. Unless it's like something they've met many times, like a goblin or something. I never use the name of the monster until they learn it, especially these weird and bizarre monsters that they've never encountered.
So a few adding requests here on Skype.
Hey guys, so our dinner's getting cold. I just want to stop in and say, hey, thanks very much for having us.
No worries. Thanks
Oh,
for
so
calling.
glad to have you. Looking forward to
In
your
case
new
there's
vids.
anyone new, yeah, man. Everyone, check out the channel. There's a free module attached to video 16. Check it out.
It's
definitely.
Wylock's crafting vids.
Yes.
Yes,
Just
sir.
type in the comment section so they can click on it.
Yeah, good
Will
idea.
do. All right, thanks.
And how
guys.
many subs have you got now?
We're north of 900.
There you go. And it all started here on Crafters Tavern.
Exactly.
Yes, that's
When
right.
there was the first 50 about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Right. It came up pretty fast. It really did.
Yep. He's giving me a run for his money.
Never.
He's
Not
doing a great
possible.
job.
All right, guys, take care.
All right, thanks for joining us.
See ya.
Yes, you guys take care.
So Danny Valentine has added me, so I'm just going to add him to the call here.
Cool. Mad Lad also was asking me a question about doing crafting DVDs from me. I haven't really thought about doing it. I mean, I think it's a great idea, and you did it, DMG, and I have all the material, so I could easily do it. If there's enough interest, I definitely would do it. I think I would. So just let me know if you're interested, and that's an option I can do.
Coming soon.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, very low
I can
there.
barely hear you.
1 second.
There
Oh,
we
that
go.
sounds better.
How's it going?
Hot. Very hot.
Are you in Sacramento?
No, I'm in San Diego.
San Diego. Different city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that intro, by the way.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I'm very weather spoiled out here. Like, we're
Okay.
used to 75 degrees, always sunny. Like, but right now it's like 90, and I'm not used to this. And
You don't have the palate for it.
I don't
Like
have
me, I hate the sun.
I don't have the skin pigment for this.
I was outside in the sun for 5 minutes last week and I got burnt.
That's right. It says the instructions on there say keep out of direct
It
sunlight.
says there, keep out of direct sunlight. No one heeds the warning.
Oh no, I completely understand.
I try to avoid it as much as possible.
That's what
What's your band's name?
the best grotesque.
The Best Grotesque. And where do you normally perform?
Right now we're just kind of practicing in garages and stuff. Plus we're not completely a band.
Okay.
Everything so far is just done by me, and I have a drummer.
All right.
But we pretend like we're a band, so it's okay.
Well, you've got to start, saying, yes, we are. It's the only way. You should keep us posted with that so we can pop it up on Facebook and things like that.
Oh yeah, sure. That'd be awesome.
So we have any more questions?
I was checking out here. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's
Sorry, Danny.
I actually had one. A buddy of mine I met through my dad, and his name's Dwayne. He mentioned that he sent DM Scotty miniatures a while back. I don't know how long ago, but he was actually the one that showed me your channel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I didn't. He was. He's got a closet full of stuff, and he kind of got me into D&D. And I'm very new to this, but I've been playing basically since I was like 5. I just didn't know it. And Yeah, I just wanted to know if you remembered getting miniatures from if you got like lots of donations or things like that.
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, did he come into a bunch of miniatures, or has
I
he always had a bunch?
he might have came. I know he used to buy like them in bulk on eBay and
Okay.
stuff,
Uh-huh.
things like that. So he might have came into a bunch.
Yeah, he said that he got a bunch and that he had a lot of extras and stuff and wanted to send me some. So he did send me a very nice care package of quite a few miniatures. I was really thankful for that. So yeah, I do remember. Uh-huh.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed me his collection, and he doesn't play really anymore because of work and
Oh.
stuff like that,
Oh
and he
right.
doesn't really have a solid group. But he showed me his collection, and I'm new to this, so I saw like a plethora of miniatures of all different shapes and sizes, and I felt like a kid in a candy shop. It was awesome.
Oh, it is. It is. Yeah. You can just imagine the possibilities with these miniatures. Is it? Does he let you borrow them?
Well, I don't. We live in two different neighborhoods. When
Oh,
I'm
I see.
over in
Okay.
the area, I use them, but
Oh,
other
okay.
than that, yeah.
Yeah. So he can't find a group.
Yeah, no, he doesn't really play that much just because of people, and he's also a physical trainer, and he's getting his license for that. He's got a lot going on.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's one thing. We grow up and we have all these responsibilities. It makes it hard for playtime. But as adults, we always remember we have to have playtime, or you'll go crazy.
Absolutely. It's like this
Uh,
crazy new thing with adult coloring in books.
and not in a good way. Yeah, I mean, everyone needs play. All adults need play. Whatever your play, adults should never stop playing. And role playing is great play. I mean, how much fun is it to be somebody else? Pretend you're another character, or DMing. You get to be all these different characters, and yeah, role playing is so fun. I mean, it's like the ultimate play for an adult. It really is.
Yeah, definitely.
There was a question from Niels van den Berg from Holland. Uh, Hang on, where is it? Danny, are you the one who's already entered the September craft war? I assume that is yes.
Yeah, I thought September ended in August. I thought you had to enter the month of advance, and when September
Yeah.
starts, that's when
Oh,
it was. Yeah, because I
So
saw
it's
the
getting in
entries
early.
there.
well, I'm glad you entered. That's awesome. Yeah, more people enter. That's great. I love to see what everybody does on there. So awesome to see those entries.
Mudada has joined us. Mini
Cool.
terrain domain.
Hello. Yeah, I said hi earlier in the chat. I keep looking over because I have a double screen setup, and I'm looking at the camera here, and I'm looking over at my the YouTube feed over to the right. So that's why I keep
Yep.
looking.
Well, on the stream, it looks like you're looking at the blog roll.
Oh, that's fun. Well, basically I am, right. See, I've got
That's on mine.
we
That's
got
why I
the
set it
delay,
up
we
on
got
the
the minute
side.
delay, so
Right, so let's go through some of the questions. There have been some.
yes.
When are you going? Oh no, we've done that one. Have you used or thought about experimenting with 3D printing pens?
Oh, the pens that you can build stuff out of.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
just an expensive
They're
hot glue
cool.
gun.
They're cool. Yeah, got a glue gun. They're cool, but they seem more of a novelty. And the things seem very. I mean, they're cool if you want to do a little sculpture, but they don't. They seem very fragile, and I don't think they're very game friendly as far as if you have players that throw dice like mine. They're gonna pieces are gonna go flying everywhere. Yeah, I think they're cool. I just don't know how effective they would be or how good they would be for game crafting. They might be good for details on stuff though. Like you could make something and use almost like a glue gun, do very fine details on stuff. That could be a very cool way to do stuff or to make stuff.
I'd also prefer ones that have different widths. Because at the moment they're quite fine.
Yes,
But I
yeah,
want
yeah.
one that's like a big texter, you know.
Right. And we've
Huge
got
blocks.
we got one. We got our glue gun.
That's right.
It's like.
Not to mention the motor skills that would be needed for that.
Yeah. You don't want the shakes that day,
Yeah. Damn it, I missed. And you can't erase. It's not like you go. Da.
You got your you got your little mask, going, and yeah.
It might be pretty awesome for some special effects, though. I could see it being used for something like that.
I could too. Yeah, I could too. Although there is for special effects like that, similar to that, probably cheaper. I have seen this stuff. It's like Mod Podge, dimensional Mod Podge in like a little squirt bottle, and you can do some dimensional effects. And I have played with it a little bit, so you could kind of simulate the same thing, probably for a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
With that.
And 3D printers is probably what I'd more get into.
Right, I agree. Yeah, if I was going to do the 3D stuff, I would do more of a printer, I think.
Oh yeah, have you guys seen the floating arcane rock this guy did on a 3D printer for D&D?
No, I haven't seen that one.
I don't know if I have.
Him and his buddy they used a 3D printer and made this really awesome looking floating arcane rock, and that's what I got my inspiration to do the floating pillars for September.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to send it on the forum or something. It was really cool.
Yeah, just link to it somewhere on the
neat.
forum.
Yeah, the pillars are neat. That's a good idea.
Welcome, mini terrain domain. Metadata.
Hey, it's good.
Howdy.
It's good to join you guys. I think I missed out on the last couple.
Yeah, where you been? Just because you could be
man.
married for 20 years doesn't mean you can just leave us.
Right. I tried.
What, real life
my
issues?
wife-
What? No.
I tried
Priorities,
to convince
mate.
my wife to let me craft after the anniversary party, but it didn't quite go over.
You could have turned it into a crafting party.
All
Yeah.
these pictures of Olive Garden and nothing of crafting.
Put them all to work.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to do,
Congratulations, by the way.
thank you. I had to do extra crafting time yesterday because I'm across the state visiting family and away from my crafting table until Sunday evening.
You have
And-
withdrawal symptoms?
I don't know. I know, Scotty, you saw I posted my pyramid progress
Yes.
on
Yeah.
your page yesterday.
Yeah, very cool.
Thank you. That's
A lot of work.
90% of that level, and it is the bottom level is a little bit bigger. That top level, the interior play space is about 14 inches by 14 inches, and the lower level is 18 inches by 18 inches. And I'm building it for Grand Con, which is Grand Rapids board gaming convention in Michigan,
Cool.
at the end of September. I'm going to be officially running a custom adventure on that throughout that weekend.
Film it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get as much film as I can. But yeah, I'm trying to. I'm pretty much putting everything I can into that thing to get it wrapped up and get the adventure fine-tuned. And I will say this, because I decided, because of it being a stackable pyramid, that I wanted it to be 3D terrain. But man, do I ever wish that I had done a stand-in pyramid and crafted all of that in 2.5D. Because I mean, if you look
there.
if you look at what I posted on the DM Scotty forum, so a couple of those rooms are like 6 inches by 8 inches, and you're gonna have 4 or 5 players plus monsters in there, and people reaching over the table, and I mean, it looks great, and I love building it, and I'm sure it'll be fun to play. But yeah, it's a labor of love, but it's also an argument for 2.5D terrain. You know what?
Yeah, I'm making. I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
think I might make a 2.5D version of it when I'm all done with it, just so I could be a little more
Cool.
compact. But it's a blast, and I love getting the feedback on your forum and sharing what
Oh,
I
yeah.
can on there. It's nice when I spend so many hours sitting at my crafting table alone. To at least have somebody to shout out to. I mean, yeah, my wife comes
Right.
in and my kids come in and look at it and they're like, yeah, that's cool, but nobody like other gamers really sees it for what it really is.
Yeah,
Right,
you say
right.
it's not cool, it's incredible.
Yes. You're supposed
And
to
you
be
know,
frightened.
And when you show
Heathens.
these people, they really understand how much work you put into it and how much
Oh, yeah,
love you put
absolutely.
into this. Where other people are like,
Absolutely.
oh yeah, that's cool, whatever. But yeah, the people when you show it, it's like, wow, yeah, you really put a lot of love and work into this. So it's nice to have that recognition as well as just showing cool stuff. I mean, we all love to see cool stuff.
And also, what becomes impressive with large projects like that is that you actually complete it. There's so many people who build things
Yes.
only get about 35% of the way in, and they're like,
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah,
saying
I've-
something right there. When you finish it, it's a real feeling of
Yeah.
completion.
And
Well-
that's part of how making it impressive.
It helps having a deadline.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I've kind of dragged. I'm one, and I'm sure you guys can relate to this, and a lot of people, a lot of the other crafters out there, that I'm a little ADD at my crafting table, and while I'm waiting for glue to dry or paint to dry, I'm looking around at my bits and going, "Oh, I could try making this thing," and all of a sudden you end up with half a dozen micro projects all over the place. And I've done a
Right.
lot of that with this one, but I've also now that I just recently got the confirmation for my game times at the convention, where it's like, oh, okay, now people are going to sign up for my game. I have to get this done, and I have 30
Right,
days
right,
to do
right.
it.
Yeah.
I'm estimating that I've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 20, 25 hours in it right now, and I'm looking at. I figure I probably got at least another 30 to 40 hours in it before it's done.
Right.
But that's why I'm also thankful for the tabletop one-shot community and the online role-playing gamers that live stream their games, because I've gotten through so many campaigns just listening to people play D&D while crafting D&D.
Yep.
Nothing is inspiring to make D&D or tabletop terrain like listening to people play tabletop games,
That's
Right.
even if they aren't using terrain to do it.
Right.
Soon it'll be as big as StarCraft in South Korea.
Right.
There was a question from Jeremy Pillarpower here. I gotta know, how many glue guns do you each own?
I'm close to the. I'm probably over the legal limit.
You an open carry?
Yes. I'm totally for open carry of glue guns.
I have two. One's broken and one works.
Yeah.
And I have
I'm in the
multiple
same
sizes,
boat.
not just different glue guns. I have different sizes of glue guns. So
I have one regular dual temp, and I just recently upgraded to the extended magazines. I got the 10-inch glue sticks, and
oh, nice.
one small caliber glue gun that's for small projects.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure a lot of people have seen my video, but I've solved the running out of glue gun problem by gluing
Right.
another glue gun stick to the. Works great. It really does. Since I've done that, that's my kind of that's how I operate. It's just glue another one on.
You ever
there
seen
and
You ever
out.
seen like how miniguns have the like fixed feed that
Yeah.
bullets just continue? That's what I want for my glue gun. Is I want a continuous
A
feed
hot glue
magazine.
minigun.
I want a non-stop, fully automatic glue gun.
Quite
So-
Terminator
Full auto
2.
glue gun.
To quote Terminator 2, the guy in the helicopter, he's got a goddamn minigun!
and I want a dual weed. I want a dual wield while I'm crafting. If only.
This is my here 6-shooters.
I'll tell you, there's times where I have when I was using the smaller sticks, and I get going, especially with like the pyramid project. I have large surface areas that I'm gluing.
Oh yeah.
That I know it's
yeah.
getting low, so I've got a glue stick in my mouth like a cigar, and I'm waiting. And I've gotten very adept at just dropping that glue stick from my mouth into the glue gun and keeping the trigger pressure going. You gotta do what you gotta do, because nothing's worse than gluing a large area, and then by the time you get to the end, the first glue you put down is already cool.
I know. Yeah,
that's the worst.
It's definitely an art form. Getting, because there are higher temp glue guns, but you got to be careful you don't burn yourself. And
right.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of art to it. Yeah.
The high temp
asbestos fingers.
Yeah, asbestos fingers for sure. The high temp glue guns are not very compatible with the dollar store foam core. They like to just
no, they're not. They'll melt
stuff.
it. They'll melt it. I don't use the high temp on those.
I'm probably
mine's an industrial one.
Well, I've seen those. I'm probably gonna jinx myself saying this, but I have gone this entire pyramid project without a single glue gun burn. Nor have I sliced into my finger with my X-Acto knife. And I've probably gone through about at least 6 or 8 blades. So,
who are you and what have you done with Mitadeath?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty paranoid about knives, so I'm pretty good about not cutting myself. I do. Yeah, I still get glue gun burns.
Are high capacity glue guns still legal in California?
I still burn myself. But
I remember when I first started, Scotty, you did that video on
Lee, by the way,
stick to another, and I did like 5 in a row. And so I'd sit here working on. It was that one I did with all the lava where it had like your face up on the cliff for Craft Wars.
Oh yeah,
this stick like over my shoulder as I'm going, and every so often my kid would come over and push on it for me. Oh, it was hilarious.
That's awesome.
This is DM insomnia, by the way.
Yep, this is early for me.
So your kid's acting as your glue gun ammo bearer, assistant gunner.
Yes, I'm training my minions young.
That's what I like to hear.
One of the things I've been working on with them is how to use like the wire brushes to get a good wood grain, how to get just the details to pop out with the black base and then dry brushing. So we're working on some of the painting techniques first. And I figured that's a good basis for them because they'll be able to use that in all their art classes in school too and make their teachers' jaws just so.
Yeah, the other kids will have some lame project and they'll be like, the teacher will be like, A+.
Last year around St. Patrick's Day, they had to do a leprechaun trap. And the ideas they had, it was obvious that, their dad's a total geek. Because, they've got the bait and they've got the trap door that swings with the weight with the hammer attached to one side to smack it on the head on the way down. And, it was actually a trap I ended up putting into a game one time. So it worked out pretty good.
Well, that's cool. That's sweet.
Yeah. So I'd asked a question earlier when I was on the bus, and just because one of the things I'm noticing I'm doing a lot is when I see people asking a lot of questions about I can't get this done, how do I do it? And it's just a technique issue for a lot of it. But it's spending a lot of my time trying to figure out a technique they can use. For you guys, what was the trickiest or the hardest technique for you to really get a grasp on?
Scotty?
It's interesting for me because I have done experimentation with stuff, and but I think my thought process is like I can kind of visualize how things will go together and what like with the materials, like what could work.
Right.
So I've never had like a total failure, I don't think, as far as like, I know that sounds conceited. I'm not trying to.
That's it. You're out of here.
I'm just so awesome. I never have a failure. I mean, I have done stuff that's been less than stellar, and I have experimented. But I think just learning all the things I can do with the glue gun. I've just just keep expanding on everything, and just it just takes us. Once you get a certain amount of competence or confidence with the glue gun, you can do some pretty amazing stuff. I don't know if you guys saw on the Facebook, somebody posted a thing about doing like witch bottle potions, and they basically took like just junk, which I love, is trash.
That was cool.
And like writing like stuff on the bottle with the glue gun, and
Empty paint bottles.
and yes, perfect. And that's just showing what you can do with it. Just a little bit of practice, and you can have that level of competency. It's not really that hard.
Yeah, to me, it's about looking at objects in a different way.
Yes.
So I've always said, you look at something not as it is, but how it can be.
Yeah.
And that's my thought process is, I look at something and go, well, this could be X, or this could be Y. But in terms of failure, it's more... It's more, I don't see it as failure, but more as an experimenting to get to the quickest and easiest technique. So I may go through one or two iterations of something, like with my fire videos.
Yeah.
There were a couple of iterations before I started using cellophane, because I wanted to do something different that no one had done.
Right, right.
And I wanted it to have that translucent fire look about it, but also include smoke.
Okay.
Right.
So, that took so I knew obviously cotton wool would be the smoke, but then it was, well, how do I get that translucent fire look?
Yeah.
And then that's how I settled on cellophane.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I saw the previous iterations as failures. I knew that there would be an easier way to do something.
So definitely more of a learning experience than anything else.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, definitely, yeah. You never. It's never a total failure. You always learn something from it.
Yeah.
I've had stuff that I thought was a failure that was actually still fun to throw on the table. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Like one thing, like I don't know if you guys have been following along with Michael Johns, doing all the Sleepy Hollow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic stuff.
He was having the issues with signage. He wanted the wrought iron sign over the entryway, and so I finally figured out and actually what got me thinking about it was seeing an ad for that 3D printing pen you guys were talking about earlier, but was able to use a glue gun and essentially 3D print the sign with that, and then paint it up and all that stuff, and he seemed really happy with it. But that's what I've been coming across a lot, is more not so much being able, having my own stuff that I'm working on, but getting all these thoughts and inspirations from people's being stuck, getting my, me going. So
yeah. And that's what I try to instill in my channel, is trying to solve problems. So it's not just about building things, it's about solving certain problems that you have.
Yeah.
Like when I did my stairwell down into a room.
Oh, I like that.
How do you solve the problem of depth on a 2D tile?
Right.
I also like the way you did the cover sheet thing to do the water effect on it, to show how high the water was. It was awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's a great way to do it.
Mad Lad asks, the Craftonomicon magazine is awesome, thank you. Have you and Scotty ever thought about creating something like together? I imagine that would run for some time. So
we haven't
are
we
gonna
haven't
be
really talked
collaborating?
about it. I think we're kind of on two different trajectories as far as like that kind of thing. Because I'm doing my Crafter's Lair videos, and you're doing your magazine, the Craftonomicon.
Yeah.
So we're kind of we haven't really talked about combining that. So yeah. But
I'd like you to contribute to Craftonom. That'd be great.
I do want to. I do intend to. Yeah.
Or anyone who wants to contribute to Craftonomicon, they can.
Exactly.
Just send me an email,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm happy to take a look at whatever you want to send. Most people in this community are full of information.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's one good
that'll
thing
be
about your
good.
magazine, because you can have submissions like that where mine is just a personal thing. But yeah, I mean, exactly.
And it's different from a forum in that it's curated information, whereas a forum is just sort of free flowing,
Right.
and you don't know really where to start. But in a magazine, it's sort of there's a thought into the curation of how the information is presented to you, and that's really what I thought was lacking, and that's why I started doing it.
Yeah, I think it's a great
Um,
idea. It's nice to have those in a format that's easy to find. On the forum you
Yeah.
got to kind of find it, and and on Facebook it kind of things exist and then they go away.
For seconds.
Yeah, exactly, a second. But yeah, with a magazine like that, it's documented. You can go back to it and reference it. So yeah, that's a great format. It really is, and the content is wonderful. If you guys haven't gotten the Craftonomicon yet, I mean, it's $1.99. Come on, guys, support DMG. And
GMG.
I mean, it's well worth every penny. I'm telling you, and not because I'm in
Oh,
the
dude,
issue.
I ordered that the first day I saw it. I was like, $2.
That's an
I was
amazing
gonna buy a soda, but
A soda here is like $4.
I'll get it here soon. I got too many thrift stores taking my money.
All the charity stores are just sucking up all your dollars.
Oh man! Well, the bridge, the catapult, the double-decker Lazy Susan. It's like this time of year, people are cleaning their houses out so that they can get all the new stuff that's going on sale, and it's just huge. So you get really awesome stuff.
Yeah. And I just saw some postings on the Facebook group. Halloween stuff is out at the dollar store, so check it out.
Yes, it is.
It's like, I've been waiting for that.
Love it.
It's a mad rush.
The big thing I'm bummed
Craftoween.
about. Last year they had the 3 or 4 pack of the little goblin gargoyle statues. Now
I got a bunch of those. Yeah.
Their figurines are packaged 2 really crappy looking mummies or zombies that would take a bit of work to make look good, and 1 gargoyle. So you can't just get the gargoyles.
Oh, they didn't have the gargoyles. Oh, that was great getting those 2 gargoyles. Or was it 3?
It was 3.
Something like that. Yeah, it was 2 or 3. Oh, was it 3? Okay, right.
So also joining us at the moment is Halloweenville. Speaking of
Yes.
Halloween,
Hi,
Hey,
man.
everyone.
And he's a.
how are you?
Yeah, you better get to those stores before I do.
Hey, this
There
year,
won't be
does
nothing
anybody know? Do they have? They had like a little gazebo.
Yes.
Last year, do they have that this year?
Yeah.
Like
they
a
have that.
colorful gazebo.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
they have the really cool little gate.
Oh
set
yeah,
up
I
some
got the gate too. Yeah.
fencing
Yeah, the
that
gate's
looks
nice.
kind of cool. Trees that look real spindly, but they look pretty cool. A few more figurines than I remember from last year. Zombies, mummies, vampires. I didn't see the werewolf that I saw last year, though. So
Oh, I don't think I ever saw the werewolves in mine. Cool.
I
yeah,
saw
'cause I
it
had
and
an
some
account
kid
for
grabbed
the
it out of my hand.
Gazebo. I had a cool encounter for the gazebo I was going to show, but I wanted to make sure that people could get it first before I did.
Yeah.
What I'm going to have to do, because I'm going to be in the States soon, is I'm going to get a big freight box, go to the dollar stores,
Like
and
a
just
free
pile stuff in
prepaid
there
freight box.
and mail it back to myself.
Go ahead. You send me the box with like $30. I'll fill it up and send it right back.
Oh man!
Yeah, it'd be more than
Because
that.
here
for
it's like
shipping.
they call it a dollar store, but
Huh?
there's nothing for $1.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Can you hit their online store and have them ship direct to you?
I don't know.
You
I've
could-
never
I know the
actually
Dollar
looked at
Tree you
online
can't. The Dollar
stores.
Tree you actually have to buy in bulk.
Oh, okay.
Because I tried
You
that.
could
Ah.
you could get some foam core and then cut it in quarters and put it in your suitcase.
Yeah.
The customer would be like, "Why do you have this X-Acto blade?"
Why do you want
I'm cutting
$500
foam
worth of?
I'm not a terrorist. I'm cutting foam core.
Yeah, it's foam core Akbar. Oh. Okay, so Mad Lad asks, which piece got you the most frustrated to build?
All of them.
Wow. Yeah. I think they've all given
All of
me
them.
some level of frustration.
There's been a few
Trying to-
I've had to film more than once because the camera died or something.
Oh yeah, I've had
Oh.
that where I've like not had the camera on or something. It's like, oh darn it!
Oh
I
yeah.
just missed that whole crafting section.
You just
like-
finished building this masterpiece, and you're like, ah,
I like when
I'll
you
never
make
be able to
about,
replicate it.
How
I
did
don't
you
know what I
guys-
did.
How did you
'Cause
guys
the way-
like the? Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. I was just gonna say, how did you guys like the new trees I did?
Oh, the
man, those are
flat
awesome.
ones.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Those.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
those are great.
The 3D 2.5D tree.
Oh yeah, 3D 2.5D. Yeah, exactly. So
More keys than you could possibly imagine.
they're just really they're really cheap to make. They're a little time intensive, but they're really cheap. And if you make all the trunks at once,
It's your turn. Send me a bucket twice.
if
Whoa,
you make
we should
if
be
you make all
spying
the
on
trunks,
family
they're not
conversation.
they're not that hard. You know, you just get them all, knock them all out at once, and let them dry, and then glue them all together.
With a couple of those trees, I plan on making some bridges I can lay down to connect like different levels of the trees. When I
Yeah,
first saw
that's
those were like perfect for that idea.
Oh yeah, totally. It's so easy to do like an elf city or something with it.
Yeah.
And the weight really helps in the base too. Because I didn't really weight my tall trees when I made them, but I had fairly big bases. But these, are pretty top heavy with the layers. So that weight, that sandy weight, you could put anything in there. You could put pebbles or whatever. But that weight really helps to keep them standing up as opposed to falling over when you put miniatures on them.
I tried to get the missus to agree to me drilling through the dining room table and putting bolts through. But apparently that would, be problematic with using it for other purposes. I said, but we never use it as a dining room table.
Permanent centerpiece.
That's right. The knives and forks can be
Bolt down
bolted
the
down.
centerpiece, right?
Now no one can steal our fine tin china.
That could be permanent interactive centerpieces. You could have just pioneered D&D, Dungeons
That's
and
right.
Dragons and dinner.
Stop playing with your food.
But I'm supposed to.
Don't spill your food on my cardboard
My
tiles.
steak is attacking my chips.
Which is a real problem where I'm at, actually. That's happened 3 times already.
Oh, with food?
That's not good.
Or
Food and
drink?
drink.
Someone's full of drink? Oh,
yeah.
Bam! Oh, yeah. Oh. I know my daughter had a boyfriend who was the biggest klutz, and he would just knock something over all the time. And Yeah, I had a couple incidents like that with him. I made
He's since
I
been
mid him
fired.
get a special cup.
Sippy cup.
A sippy cup?
Yeah, basically a sippy cup.
He was in the D&D high chair.
Craft him a bib.
I can't reach.
I want my cardboard bib.
Oh no, but
Yeah.
I made you this. I made you this cardboard bib out of pipe cleaner and cardboard. It's double corrugated too, just in case.
That's awesome.
Call him Lord Bibby.
Or it could be like the man in the cardboard mask. You know, it's got like a big.
With like spaghetti hanging out the front.
Open the flap.
Lord Morbius asks, when did you first start gaming / crafting, and what did you start with? Start with Mitterer.
Oh. When did I start gaming and when did I start crafting?
Yeah.
They both kind of went hand in hand. I'm not going to count 20 years ago when I played a little bit of second edition. I kind of was talking, it was probably about 2 years ago now, maybe 3. I was talking with some friends around, we're all in our late 30s and early 40s, reminiscing of playing D&D, and around that time I stumbled across both DMG and DM Scotty's YouTube channels. And we started with 4th edition, and I got asked to be the DM because I'm kind of the group storyteller anyway. And I just got it in my head that instead of these flat battle mats, I wanted something a little more dynamic. And I built a burial site from Keep on the Shadowfell, the very first module to come out for 4th edition.
Mhm.
And it was just, I used the I'm forgetting what it's called now. The standard beaded polystyrene styrofoam packing foam. It was actually insulation for garage door, and I made it in a couple layers. I used a little cheap plastic Tyrannosaurus Rex as the dragon bones. I made a couple little structures, and I remember when I revealed that piece, my players, just their jaws hit the floor. And we, 4th edition battles take quite a long time for anybody that's played 4th edition
I'm a
D&D.
veteran of 4th edition.
And so, I mean, we had one combat encounter, but we played for 3.5 hours on that game board. It was like 20 inches by 30 inches or something like that. And people still talk about that. And going back and looking at pictures of it, I'm almost embarrassed about it now compared to what I do. But you have to start somewhere. And it was right around that. I just showed a picture today in one of the comment threads of the very first purple worm, which is the very first craft I actually made based on your purple worm video, Scotty. And I have yet to use that thing in an encounter, but I think I mentioned it in a previous video. I will from time to time set that thing on the table to the side of the DM screen just to freak my players out.
I've heard you mention that. I think that's a great idea.
They know it's coming eventually. They just don't know when. But yeah, so for me, I started about 3 years ago, and I just haven't stopped. And I'm hardcore 5th edition D&D now.
Oh, I love 5e. Yeah, great system.
It's hard to find anyone who doesn't like 5.
Oh, they're out
it
there.
is.
I've never
You
played
dig
it.
it.
They are out there.
You dig
They
deep
are
enough
out
on
there.
the forums, and you'll find them.
Oh yeah.
There's special 5e hater forums.
Well, actually, all you have to do is mention Pathfinder and 5e in the same sentence.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
usually
Oh,
what
yeah.
gets them going.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See, I'll admit, I got as far as 3.5. I got sidelined into Pathfinder, and then got sucked over into Savage Worlds. So I have never actually gotten to play for 4th or 5th edition at all.
Oh.
So
I must say I do like I really like Savage Worlds. It's an elegant system.
I dig it. I mean, I especially like the game that we've been playing online with all the voices you do and stuff. It caps it off right there, makes it so much better. But with having the bennies and all the way that's all done, it's such a cool, unique way for it to work that I really like.
It is. It's a great system. Yeah, it is.
So, Scotty, when did you start?
18 what?
I've probably talked about pretty much. I've probably talked about this before, but I did play D&D when I was a teenager, and I did a little bit with the kids when they were growing up, but I didn't really do it seriously. And then just probably about a year before I started my channel, some people at work were like, "Oh, you should play D&D. It was so great. We should play again." And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be so great." And I kind of had an instant group right there. I was like, "Well, sweet." And so I kind of got nominated as the DM. So we started playing. We got into 4E, and we started playing, and I was like, I really wanted something to, like Jacob said, I really wanted something to represent the table that wasn't just a drawn map or whatever. And so that's when I came up with 2.5D. I'm sure everybody's heard the story. But anyways, so I came up with it, and here we are, So, here we are. And I'm still making films. So they haven't booted me off YouTube yet. So.
Oh, it's coming. They try to get rid of me.
You guys keep watching them. I'll keep making them.
Oh, it's like last week when they shocked me with that 5,000 subscriber drop again. I was like, no. Not again.
Yeah, I could have done without that little scare. I saw an 1800 minus 1800, and I was like, no.
Now you know how I felt.
No, I don't. I'm sure I didn't even come close to how you felt.
When it's the second time around, it's like, oh my god.
I was exactly 20% upset as what you were when you lost all yours.
I remember I was on the phone to YouTube, and I said, "There's got to be a way. You got to get my subscribers back." Sorry, no, we can't do it. You gotta go to a higher level, but you can only get to the higher level if you have 15 million hours viewing or some crazy figure.
Oh, right. Like you're a real YouTube celebrity.
I said, "Can I add in views from other channels?" No. Has to be the primary channel.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely little fish. We're definitely little fish.
Small fish in an extremely large ocean.
Yeah. But hey, we love it. We love it. So who cares? I mean,
pretty much.
Look at all these friends we've made. Look at all this people we've inspired.
That's right.
Yeah. Who cares? I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I showed my wife that video of you doing the dancing. She couldn't figure out why I was laughing so hard. And so I waited till she took a big swig of her soda and swung the laptop around. I thought I was going to have to replace my laptop.
I hope she wasn't traumatized for life.
Oh, she was like, "That's what you watch? That's crafting?" I said, "No, that's Scotty being Scotty."
That's in the mid-twerk.
Yeah, I got to throw one of those bizarre weirdos out there every now and then.
Yeah.
That's right.
Inside the girl.
Yeah, but we were talking about
my review of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. What was it? The Player's Guide or something?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Where I just went through the 5 senses. It looks good. It smells great. It feels good, and tastes like stamps.
Hey guys, I'm going to take advantage of this lull and say thanks. I have to drop off. I'm about to lose my battery power. I've been on cellular this time.
Oh,
gotcha.
So,
well, hey, man, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for letting me pop in. I'm glad I could, and thanks for people listening. And keep on crafting, keep on playing. Mitada.
That's it. We booted him out.
Halloween, what you working on?
I am in the middle of making beds. So
Cool.
I've got the DMG with the DM Scotty
DMG for the win.
in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gotta make
Total
those,
hybrid
and
there.
then-
Sweet.
Yeah, a little hybrid, and then I've got the DM Scotty simple ones.
Oh yeah.
So they're not quite dry, but I do have some of the beds made up, just waiting for them to dry.
Nice.
And I went through and I did some of the beds, so they're a little misheveled, not
Mhm.
perfectly made. And then I am working on sleeping bags. So
Nice.
I just did the mattress, and I've got all this fur from Vermont Teddy Bear Company,
Oh.
and it's like $1 a piece. And it doesn't matter what size roll it is. Everything there is $1 under the tent. So I was like snatching up fur
nice.
left and right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so
bet.
I've got a couple different colors. So, but basically, I'm going to take it, hot glue it to it, and then cut out, an animal shape, so it'll look like animal skin on the sleeping
Sweet.
bags. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Since I did the books.
Wow.
You should be able to do like giant bear minis and things.
Yeah. Oh, I've been thinking of all kinds, because this is long hair, so it'd be great
Uh-huh.
to like snip off and glue it to anything.
Right.
And,
Oh yeah.
The golden one is short hair. If I can find that, maybe. Yeah, there it is. Of course, it's back in the corner.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Well, you and your brother, right?
There it is. So I got this golden bear
Oh, nice.
color. I had
Yeah, you
some.
can't beat the price. That stuff's expensive.
Look at this. That's how
Yeah.
much I got.
Wow.
They throw it out when they don't have a use for it.
It looks
So
like
it's
a
like-
small coat.
So every
Yeah.
year, every year they do a dollar sale, and they set out a tent right in front of the Vermont Teddy Bear Factory, and we hit it every
Nice.
time. And you can get all kinds of little trinkets and stuff from that they use to make additions to the teddy bears, like the clothing and stuff.
Mhm.
So you can pick up that. I think we picked up some miniature fishing rods one year.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of. You never know what you're gonna find in there, but this was
Right.
the best find ever.
Yeah, that is a great find. That stuff is expensive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's fantastic.
Especially when it's in bear form.
Exactly. Not only do they
You can
charge a
even dress up as
ridiculous
an owlbear
amount.
for your session.
There we go. Not only do they charge a ridiculous amount for the bear, but the
Yeah.
clothing and accessories is even worse than what the original bear cost.
Oh, right,
It's
right.
like, why? Why am I going to spend that much money? Just give me whatever you got at the dollar sale, and we'll call it good.
Right. Yeah.
Because you can get the bear clothes there. I'm like, sew a stitch is missing. I'll take it home and sew it up.
Right.
So there was a question from Megamoo. Any plans for a craft con? I'd fly out for that. Well, there has been a loose 2016 craft con. Sorry, I can hear myself speaking delayed in my ear.
Oh.
So sometimes I hear myself and then I stop. So there is talk of a 2016 craft con that will end at Gen Con.
Nice.
So it will be a touring craft con. So Scotty and I will tour to 7 to 10 places in the States and then go to Gen Con.
I've got barbecue.
Go to barbecued Halloween bills.
I'll start stockpiling all the stuff I get at the thrift stores.
for the gift bags. So that's what we're talking about at the moment. A couple of weeks ago, there was a poll on the Facebook page about where people are and I was trying to get an idea of where people are concentrated in the US, and of course that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, of course.
So I'm thinking at the moment, and I haven't actually discussed with the Scotty, but we may do a 2016 in the north and a 2017 or a 2018 in the south. So that's something we could do, and then that way we can, swap it around and do stuff. But as I say, it's very loose at the moment. There's no firm dates. There's no firm places.
No, not yet.
There's no firm anything.
Or we could just start a crafting commune.
That's right.
Well, there's that village in Spain that needs people.
Oh, that's
we've got
right. They
enough
are
fur to
selling
keep us
villages
warm.
in Spain. So we could have Craftville. We could call it Craftville.
There we go.
Kickstarter.
I mean, who better to put the buildings back to where they need to be and make them look really cool than a bunch of crafters?
Exactly. I mean, who wouldn't want to live in a cool medieval village? You know what I'm saying?
Made of cardboard. We're not homeless. We're crafters.
As long as there's open carry glue guns in that town, then I'm going.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
The weekly allotment of your glue gun sticks.
24/7 paint bar.
Every color imaginable. So yeah, if anyone has any ideas or anything, you can always send me an email or a message or a Facebook or whatever. They want to help out or that sort of things. The biggest issue is cost. Because it's not something I can fund personally.
Right.
So it would have to be something we'd do an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter or something.
Right.
And we'd have to think of what sort of levels and things we'd have to have. But the idea is to film a documentary of the whole thing.
It's like the Crafters Nerd Show.
Yes, I've actually been thinking of it as a documentary idea to show an online community meeting each other offline.
Right.
And how people become friends, and you help each other out and everything, and they've never actually physically met each other.
Right.
So that just as a documentary would be very interesting.
Yeah, it would be.
But obviously for the crafting community, taking to the next level where, we get to see people in the community and interacting with one another and all that sort of thing. And then upload it as a free documentary on the internet. And fund part of the Kickstarter or Indiegogo or whatever. The people who help fund it would get copies on DVD and all that sort of thing.
That'd be great.
So there is some scope for it. And we are talking about it, but more will probably come later in the year or beginning of next year in terms of firm commitments and dates and all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. Right, well, we haven't had any new questions, and Neil van der Berg has gone to bed. It's 2:30 in the morning in Holland, so he's not putting his all in.
Yeah, we got the worldwide community
Yes,
here.
worldwide. Is there anyone else other than Americans and one Dutch guy here?
You thought that was funny too, huh?
Yeah.
There is a small child who's phoned in. Alrighty. Shall we call it an evening?
Yeah.
Or a morning?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Alright. Well, thank you very much for joining us from wherever in the world you are. I'm in Sydney, Australia, and Scotty's in near Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
And where did you say you were from, Danny? Not
San-
Sacramento. I keep thinking Sacramento.
San Diego, California.
San Diego, that's it. I should
Vancouver,
remember these
Washington.
things. And Vancouver, Washington.
Yep.
And
Vermont.
Vermont.
Westford, Vermont. Sorry, brain fart.
It's all right. We have a whole lot of those.
It happens.
So if you like this video,
Like.
there's a certain button you have to press. Like button.
Like. That was kind of scary.
And if you check the description below, you'll find several links to the DM's Craft forum, the Facebook page, my Facebook page, and you can also check out DM Scotty's Craft and Games on Facebook. And you can check out all the channels of people who've been in the chat and who have joined us. Thank you very much for guys who've joined us.
Yeah, thanks guys so much for joining us.
Always
Thanks for having us.
Always.
go out and subscribe
Yes.
to their channels because there's lots of good content. Good content. Sorry, my nose. Good continent. And if you want to support this channel, you can pick up a copy of Craftonomicon or Under the Tavern PDFs, and there's a printed version and DVDs as well. And there are already pre-orders available for Season 2 DVD and Under the Tavern DVD, which will be coming out on the 2nd of November. So if you've made it to the end of the show, thank you for watching if you weren't watching live. And the next one will be on Scotty's channel. It won't be the usual time slot. We'll sort of say exactly when it is. But normally it is the 4th Friday of every month. So thank you for joining us, and see you later.